3 levels of wanting. Very interesting. It's about ownership, it's about leadership. Can be a bit of an annoying podcast because it's a mirror, and it's a mirror that can feel unwanted. But if you really want to go for what it actually is that you want to go for, please continue listening to this brand new podcast episode. 3 levels of wanting. The first level is the easiest level. It's the level that we all do. I don't believe there is anybody who doesn't want anything. So we all want something. There is always something we want. And of course, when I hold up a mirror in front of you, then I'll take myself as an example. So what I wanted, let's say even less than a year ago, I was in that position. I wanted to work also international, to work with women all over the world. That's what I wanted. That's what I dreamed of. But it actually stayed. It stayed like that. It stayed like I kept on dreaming. I kept on dreaming. I kept on wanting. I kept on wanting. And nothing changed. And it's very interesting because I was really happy with my dream. Just the fact that I had this dream was already making me happy until some point, right? Because I did some changes afterwards. So that's the first level. We all want something. It's also in my weekly mini training, I ask everybody to share what it is that you want. What do you want? What do you want to achieve with positioning yourself in a successful way? What do you want to achieve with it? It can be a next position, a higher level, a management position, but it can also be more about your state of awareness, anything. We all have those wishes, and that brings me to the second step. But actually choose to go in that direction, that's like, I think you lose already 50% of the people, if it's not more. In my case, I needed other people. I needed to talk about my dream. It felt like I needed to have someone's permission to actually go and chase my dream to work with women all over the world. And when I actually made the decision, when I actually chose, and that's the second one, when I actually chose to go for it, I realized I had to give myself permission. But that's the journey. So that's the second step. Choose what needs to be done to make your decision, to make whatever it is that you want come true. And for me, it was working international. But often, most of the people don't even get there. Most of the people don't even get to choose because they have more reasons not to choose. What the ego, let's say it in Eckhart Tolle's way, the ego is stronger compared to the authentic self. It was also with me. I was really like, when I actually made the decision, it felt like I finally gave myself permission. So in Eckhart's words would be, my authentic self won. My ego became smaller and smaller and smaller. At a certain point, this small that my authentic self actually went for it. Decided, okay, now it's time. It's never time, but when it's never time, I pick the time, and I've picked the time. So that's the second part. But by choosing, so I actually chose to just try and see what happens if I would also focus outside of the Netherlands. But then comes the third one, because with step 1 doesn't bring you anywhere. But also step 2, just by choosing, I chose, okay, yes, I'm going to go for it. Let's do it. But still nothing happens. Still nothing happens. And there comes the third one. The moment you're actually committed to your choice, that is where the magic happens. That is where actually first steps towards a dream happen. In my case, it was stopping immediately with my Dutch podcast, Dutch language podcast, and immediately switched to English. It wasn't the easiest choice, but hey, if this is what I want, I chose what I want, and I'm committed to what I want. So hey, I have to make some decisions here. I don't have like 200 hours in a working week that I can do it all. No, I chose this one thing, and I want to be committed. So it means that I have to make decisions and say yes to one thing, say no to something else. The journey, if you've listened to a few podcasts ago, the journey was that started after was, for me personally, was I just have to say one word, a horrible journey, because my ego was kicking back, was kicking in, was saying, Susan, come on, really? So it was pulling me back. So I had a really unconscious an unconscious internal fight. One side wanted me to make the next move, the next step, and the other part was saying, oh no, you should not do those things. Why? So, well, that is the challenge I had to deal with in the last 3 months of 2024. But I dealt with it, I faced it, I went through it, and I continued. Because I was committed. And the commitment, and it's with any decision, if you actually chose to successfully position yourself because you're done with working hard, because you're done with being good at what you do, because you see something else is needed when you want to make your next step. Okay, there is a lot of women and men who want this. Anyway, step 2 is you actually choose. You actually choose to do it. You choose to go for it. You choose to make yourself visible in your own comfortable way, right? Not behave like someone else, like some kind of an extrovert when you're an introvert. Like you, just by being you, if you choose to figure out how it works for you to successfully position yourself for success. That's it, right? That's the second step. But then you're still not there yet. Because the third step, that's where things start to change in the most positive way of the sentence. Because when you're actually committed to show up, to claim your space, when you're committed to figure out what your way is, what is your way to successfully position yourself? What are the things you want to do? What are the things that you are having fun? What are the ways that you're having fun while positioning yourself? There are so many ways, but you have to figure out yours. And it takes time. And again, positioning yourself, it's not like, oh, I tell a group of people one time what my ambition is and everybody is running for me to make sure within 6 months I will be there. No, of course, it doesn't work like that. You have to continuously tell people, share your ambition, share your journey continuously. And it's a game, it's a journey. And at a certain point, it becomes very clear for others what it is that you want or what your vision is. And then what's happening then? People start thinking of you. They start asking you for advice. They start to ask you a question. So what's your vision on this? And could you please help me with that? Or could you please, whatever, step up or lead this or whatever is in your ambitious dream. It doesn't matter. So that's what it is. But you will only get the results when you're committed to your choice. Everybody on this planet wants something. There is something we all want. Of course, what it is that we want compares to where you live, compares to who you are, compares to where you grew up. We all want something. But I think not even half actually makes the choice, makes the decision to what it is that you want. And even less people are committed to actually go to make your dream a reality, to make your dream come true. And I mean, like you've heard me saying this before, there is no right or wrong. But please do not complain when you don't have what you want. Because by just having something you want, you ain't gonna get anywhere. You're getting nowhere. And that is something to realize. You have to take action. You have to take ownership on what you want. You have to be a leader to actually go and chase whatever it is that you want. Because it doesn't come to you by itself. At a certain point, it looks like it will for others, but you know you've done the work. You've put the work in it. And it's fun. It's fun to put the work in it, to see results, to grow, to shine, to getting closer to what you want. But by just wanting something, it's not going to happen. By choosing what it is that you want, it's also not going to happen. The only part that's truly going to make a difference is when you're actually committed to what you want. Who do you need to be to achieve what you want? That's the that's the whole thing. And if you're there, if you're on that third level, the most impactful level of wanting, I believe you're a true leader. I believe you're a person who actually takes ownership on what you want. And to me, that's very inspiring. And I'm not the only one who finds that inspiring. And at the same time, it could also be people who find it very annoying, find you very irritating. And I understand why that is. Because you want something, you chose, and you're committed. So you actually get things done. And when you're the type of person only wanting something, finding you irritating is a fantastic excuse to not choose, to not take action, to not be committed to what you want, to who you need to be to get whatever it is that you want. And then we completed the circle. I hope you're in category 3. Yeah, don't have to do it with everything because that's not choosing. If you're committed to everything, you don't choose, and also you don't get what you want. If you want something, you choose it, and you're committed to actually make it work. Have fun. Thanks for listening.